So what do you guys think about Warren Buffett and Bitcoin? Well, apparently SkyBridge Capital's Anthony Scaramucci on Warren Buffett buying Bitcoin. He is saying never say never. Do you really think Warren would come around and eventually try to come and buy Bitcoin? Like, seriously, what legitimacy do you think he will have if he came out publicly and say, look, I've been buying Bitcoin. Yeah, I know I've been telling you all that it was rat poison, but in the back end, I've been buying it. And matter of fact, I hold more than Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy. He's been buying Bitcoin hand over fist. Every time this man runs into cash, it's like he goes out and buys more Bitcoin. What if Warren Buffett all of a sudden flipped and was a bull in Bitcoin? Do you think that would add more legitimacy to Bitcoin price? Do you think the price of Bitcoin would even go up? Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick, because there's been a couple of quotes that people has taken from Warren Buffett and cryptocurrency, saying that it's worthless. It's a worthless delusion and rat poison squared. He's hating on the cryptocurrency space. He's hating on Bitcoin. These are the 16 biggest quotes that this man has said. The first one, CNBC, February 2020. Cryptocurrency basically have no value and they don't produce anything. They don't reproduce. They can't mail you a check. They can't do anything. And what you hope is that somebody else comes along and pays you more money for them later on. But then that person got the problem in terms of value, zero, end quote. Everyone, I can't say everyone, majority of the people who have been against the cryptocurrency space thought the same thing. Came through and said that there's no value. It doesn't produce anything tangible. So why even try to come in and purchase it and say that it has value? The second quote, it's ingenious and blockchain is important, but Bitcoin has no unique value at all. It doesn't produce anything. You can't stare at it all day, and no little Bitcoins come hour or anything like that. It's a delusion, basically. He said that in 2019 on CNBC. Again, saying they don't produce anything. It doesn't create any unique value at all. And that was in 2019. Here it is 2024. And we recently have seen the approval from the SEC of spot Bitcoin ETF, and BlackRock and many other financial institutions has been coming through purchasing this intangible, valueless commodity or asset. So apparently something is there. Something. Here's the third one. And I quote, if you and I buy various cryptocurrencies, they're not going to multiply. Maybe that's why it's valuable. There are not going to be a bunch of rabbits sitting there in front of us. They're just going to sit there. And I got to hope next time you get more excited after I bought it from you, and then I'll get more excited and buy it from you again. We could sit in the house by ourselves and we could keep running up the price between us. But at the end of the time, there's one Bitcoin sitting there, and now we got to find somebody else. They come to an end. 2018. Isn't that what the stock market is? I mean, you have people sitting, looking across from one another. Let's take Berkshire Hathaway stock. Yeah, if you think it's worth more and I'm willing to sell it to you at that price, then we could do that back and forth too. Like, you act like you get more tangible from the stock market. You really don't, because back in the old days, yes, you used to get a piece of paper that said that you held ownership of these companies. But now transactions are so fast, there's no need to have paper being delivered and sent to the stockholders. That is too daunting. That is too long of a task to be sending actual shares of stock to people who buys and sell on a daily basis, to where trillions of dollars of shares is being traded every day across the world. But he's trying to say that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is the same thing. Next quote. In terms of cryptocurrencies generally, I can say almost with certainty that they will come to a bad ending. If I could buy a 5-year put on every one of the cryptocurrencies, I'll be glad to do it. But I would never short a dime's worth. 2018, he would have lost big on that bet if he would have came through and shorted some of these cryptocurrencies, namely Bitcoin. Now, the key words that he said in that quote is, I can say almost with certainty that they will come to a bad ending. It looked like with history, you either will be seen on the winning side or you'll be seen as the loser. Right now, Warren Buffett is being seen as a loser. That was quoted in 2018. Here it is 2024, and the cryptocurrency space is still viable. It's still here and is growing every day. Which side of history do you want to be on? Because Warren, if he doesn't switch sides real quick, yes, he will be seen as a wonderful investor. But then they will also include in the history books that he didn't understand Bitcoin. He couldn't see what innovation and technology was going to be in the future. He's kind of resembles how the old people probably felt in the old days when automobiles were first created. Oh, that will never be nothing. Why do I need to have an engine? Isn't that dangerous? Isn't that a fire hazard? We don't have any roads to drive these automobiles on. It's too safe. It's too bumpy. I rather would drive my horse. I would rather ride the horse, pause, than get in an automobile. It's like a rocket ship on wheels, just ready to explode. Like, that's the mentality that people had back in those days when the automobile was first created. And you can see how the old mentality of people, it doesn't change. The newer generation has vision. They have hope, they have a future, and they want to see things change. But then you give it to the older generation and they just don't see it. Okay. Fifth quote, probably rat poison squared. This was at a Fox Business interview at 2008 meeting. I wonder if he's actually sat down with someone, if he actually sat down with someone to try to get a grasp and understand, okay, what is this cryptocurrency thing all about? Because that's all it really takes. It doesn't take, you to sit down and not see the value of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, especially when it comes under the mantra of control. You would think someone of his stature, someone that much money, that much wealth, will want to make sure that he has it in his control, at his disposal. But even though he's a billionaire on paper, how much of those billion can he actually grab and do what he wants with it? Or how much of it is tied up in banks, in loans, in businesses, to where other people need to get their approval for him to actually take the money and do whatever he wants with it? Now, his name, he can take and take loans from the name, from the brand. But the actual businesses, the actual assets that he holds, they're in safe boxes, safe deposit boxes. They're in banks, they're in banks accounts, they're in loans, CDs, all of this other stuff that requires another third party entity to gain his access to the wealth. If he just transferred 1/10 of that to Bitcoin, that would be more powerful in the securing of his wealth. That is why Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency is reflecting value. So, getting back to this article right here. Anthony's trying to tell us never say never. Anthony Scaramucci, the founder and managing partner of SkyBridge Capital, has commented on the potential for Berkshire Hathaway, the holding conglomerate founded by Warren Buffett, to buy Bitcoin. While acknowledging Buffett's negative stance on crypto, Scaramucci believes it's still a possibility. Never say never, stated Scaramucci. Now, maybe if Warren was to fall back and reduce his role at Berkshire Hathaway and someone else steps in as the CEO, maybe that individual will begin to buy Bitcoin and place it under Berkshire Hathaway. maybe not Warren, but maybe a newer person. Ever thought about that? Scaramucci, a cryptocurrency proponent, acknowledges that Buffett, known as the Oracle of Omaha, has a negative image of crypto. However, this might not matter due to the circumstances that Berkshire Hathaway is facing, Scaramucci declared. Quote, Warren Buffett never bought Microsoft, even though he played bridge with Bill Gates every month. And now he owns Apple. Wouldn't it be ironic if he winds up buying Bitcoin as a hedge for his cash? Never say never, end quote. Yeah. Warren saw that he missed out on Microsoft. He said, I'm not going to miss out on the next technology innovation. Let me get Apple. And now he holds Apple. So do you think Warren Buffett's going to play bridge, spades with Michael Saylor, with a lot of these other massive Max Kaiser? Do you think he's going to play Bitcoin or a game and they sit around the table talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? What about Jack Mallers? Will Warren Buffett sit down and talk to these cryptocurrency proponents, the one who really value cryptocurrency? Because he might miss the boat on Bitcoin, but he might grab another cryptocurrency that has prominence and has the ability to gain value. Never say never. So here's the price action. As Warren Buffett has been throwing shade on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, look at Bitcoin. Now, when he was talking back in 2018, 2019, here, this is where the price of Bitcoin was. 2018, $4,000, $6,000 per Bitcoin. Warren, take a look. It is now at $59,177. Again, if you listen to just one person in today's world, that something's wrong. You need to get everyone's as many opinions as you possibly can to formulate your own thesis or your own opinion. Because if you just listen to Warren and no one else, you would have missed out on all of these massive gains since 2018, 2019. And the people who really value Warren's opinion trust and believe that they fell in the same ballpark as him. They said that it was rat poison. They said that it has no value. But we're looking at a chart right now to where Bitcoin is showing massive amount of value. And the crazy part is that many people think that this is not the top, that this is just getting started. Now, hopefully, maybe he'll come around, but guess what? We're not going to wait. That's the crazy thing about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It doesn't wait for you. The train doesn't stop moving. Either you're going to get on board or we'll go without you. That's how this market runs. And that's how it works. Only those who will see it will get it. Those who don't will be left behind. And then hopefully, if times get rough, hopefully they'll know someone who had gotten some Bitcoin and maintained some of the wealth assets that they had accumulated. Because Warren has his wealth tied up in fiat currency and stocks and businesses. Give me your thoughts. So you guys can see right here, price prediction we did in Bitcoin. Market definitely is bullish. We could go ahead and get rid of that there. We could go ahead and get rid of this sell zone here. We're going to go ahead and create a buy zone up here now. Okay. And this is a very bullish market right now. You guys can see Bitcoin's attempting to hit this $60,000 price. Currently, I don't see it stopping right now. Look at this on the weekly chart. Very bullish there on the longer term chart. Look at this on the monthly chart too. Look at that. Look at the month of February. Look at that. Why does it look like Bitcoin is about to make all-time highs in the next couple of months? But leave it to Warren. Its value. It has no value. It doesn't produce anything. Take a look. So, give me your thoughts. I'm not going to drop a price prediction. I just want you to know that this market is definitely bullish in Bitcoin. I want to see the reaction occur in the market in Bitcoin right here around this $60,000 price over the next couple of days. And so if it's negative and it comes down, Then we make or drop another price prediction, look for Bitcoin to go up. But as right now, we're just going to let the market do what it do. Let it continue to go up. And that's how bullish it is right now. But go ahead and give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.